Hi, I'm Colleen. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This video is part of a series on executive functioning. Today I want to talk about organization, and I'm going to specifically discuss routines and checklists. If that sounds interesting to you, stick around. Okay. So let's think about routines that might be helpful. One routine would be the morning routine, and I know that is very difficult for a lot of kids. There are so many steps involved in getting ready, and it's early in the morning, and everybody in the house is trying to get ready, and it can become chaos. I recommend that you have your child participate in creating routines. It's really important for lots of reasons. One reason is because you want your child to buy in. If your child is involved in the process of creating the routine, your child will buy in. Also, we want to teach your child how to do this type of thinking on their own. They need to practice that. And in order to practice that, they need to see how it's done. So I want to talk about how you establish the routine and how you're going to walk your child through it. So first of all, you're going to tell your kid, we're going to start some routines. One of the routines I want to start is the morning routine. Let's think about what tasks are involved in that routine. And then have your child list those. For example, let's say you decide cereal is going to be breakfast. Your child needs to get a bowl, a spoon, find the cereal, find the milk, then everything needs to be poured in. Those are a lot of steps. Your child may understand all the steps that are involved in getting a bowl of cereal, but sometimes they get lost and forget what they're supposed to be doing. Then you ask your child, what items do you need in order to do each step? You might need to remind your child of all of the things that they need to complete each step. Like toothpaste is always important when you brush your teeth. I have a child who does not like to use toothpaste, so it conveniently gets forgotten every time we brush our teeth. Then, what else do we need to do? Oh, we need to know how long each of those steps takes. So you really need to think through that with your child because especially young children, they don't have a good sense of time. So if you can help them think about how long it actually takes to do each task, it'll give them a better sense of how quickly they can move through their routine. I know a lot of times people don't follow the routine because they perceive that it's going to take much longer than it actually does. Thinking ahead allows you to see that most of those steps are very, very small and they don't take very long. You, as a parent, want to make the morning routine go as smoothly as possible, and you want to stay sane. So, one of the things that I like to do is to create a visual checklist. A visual checklist is just that. It has visuals paired with words and times to help your child know what to do next. This is particularly helpful when you have a child who cannot read yet. Now your child may ask you, why do I need a checklist? Nobody else uses them. It's not fair. I'm sure you've heard it all, right? I actually tell children that adults use checklists all the time, especially if you're in a profession that has a lot of details. Doctors even use checklists. When they're going into surgery, they make sure that they follow the protocol. They have a whole checklist of what they need to do. And that's so that they don't skip things. And it's so they don't have to have somebody nag after them to do all of the steps. It's the same thing with your morning routine. Knowing where all of your things are is really important. Knowing what order to do things in is really important. My next big tip for visual checklists is to have your child help you create the checklist. Yes, I know it'll take longer. Yes, I know it'll be frustrating for you. But That teaches your child the thinking skills that's necessary in order to plan and organize a routine. After that, you want to search for clip art that goes with all of those items that your child has described for each step. Create a nice little timeline for each step, including what they're doing, the pictures, and the time that it should take in order to complete that. The important thing is that this is going to be something your child thinks is attractive, that your child thinks is worthwhile, something that your child sees as an important tool to use. So buy-in is really important. You might want to laminate this checklist so that it doesn't end up in the tub or the toilet or stepped on, stuck underneath things in the entryway. This way, all of that hard work doesn't go to waste. You also need to make sure that the checklist has a home. Through this series, we'll talk a lot about having a home for each of your items. Don't put it down, put it away. That's our mantra in my house. So you need to decide where that checklist is going to be most useful. Maybe it's on the door of the bathroom, maybe it's on your child's door, or maybe you have like a command center in your house and it can go on the corkboard right there. Decide together with your child where the best place to put that checklist is, and make sure you follow through. Nagging just annoys you and it annoys the child. It doesn't make anything go smoother. So I recommend having the checklist available for your child and see if your child can move through it. The other thing to remember is just because you've decided something initially does not mean it is written in stone. After you start using your routine with your checklist, you might find that you missed a step. Or maybe you'll find that your child needs other items in order to complete each step. Maybe you realized you didn't give enough time for different steps. So you may have to go back and revise it. Inform your child that you might have to revise things. You might choose a home that doesn't work for your checklist. You can choose a new home for your checklist. Your child needs to be part of the process, though. So each step of the way, ask your child for their opinion, ask your child to give you feedback, help your child to think through the process. Hopefully, using visual checklists will help you and your child get through your routines in a less stressful way. I want to also remind you that it takes practice. So this checklist is not going to solve all of your routine problems. Your child will mess up sometimes. You will mess up sometimes because you'll interfere and you'll start nagging and your child will be upset about that. It's okay. It will take time. Once your child gets used to using that checklist, you will start to see results. I hope that this helps you and your child to move through your morning routines in a more efficient way, and I hope visual checklists help to reduce the stress that you experience in the morning, in the afternoon, and at bedtime. If you liked this video and if it was helpful, please give me a like. And if you like these types of videos, please subscribe. I would love for you to join me again for my next video. So thanks for stopping by. Bye.